Satellite 7, an adventure serial in 8 parts by Angus McVicker. The story is told by 15-year-old Jake Thompson. Part 1, Mystery Island.
Tony had been in bed with flu, but that afternoon, when I came in from school, he was up and about for the first time. I remember he was standing by the window of our sitting room, looking out onto the River Forth, and listening to a recording he had made before he took ill. My brother Tony's a recording star. I stood beside him and listened too.
Like men and all, his clothes were donned at Ken and all the red and banjo minded. Come and merry, merry be, come and merry, merry be, come and sing along with me, oh bell and meadow minded.
Well, Jake, does it pass muster?
Gosh, yes. I bet it'll be just as popular as all the others.
So my agent thinks. He called this afternoon about an hour ago.
More contracts?
3 dates for television, 5 for radio. All within the next 3 months.
Great stuff, Tony.
As a matter of fact, Jake, I told him nothing doing.
What? Did he pass out?
Well, very nearly. He wants me to see a psychiatrist.
I don't blame him.
Look, Jake, I've been thinking. It was that song that started me off, Alan Laird of Moydart. I've been thinking about it all the time I've been in bed.
What on earth do you mean?
Well, you know, Jake, I suppose there's a good bit of Dad in both of us. He loved the sea and ships, so Mum used to say.
I wish we'd known him, Tony.
I did, a little. I was 5 years old, you know, when he was lost at sea. Anyway, I got thinking about the sea and about us, you and me, Jake. How hard Mum worked to give us a decent education. How hard we've worked since she died.
It's what she wanted.
I know, in a way, but she did make me promise to look after you.
Well, gosh, haven't you? You're famous, even though you're only 21. You're paying for my keep and giving me the best schooling a chap could have.
A good schooling isn't everything, Jake. This past year I've been so busy we haven't even had a weekend away together. We're in a rut, Jake.
Well, we can't have everything.
Maybe you're right, but there are certain priorities. And this is where the sea comes in. Remember that night we went to the boat show?
You bet.
And remember that little cabin cruiser you said you'd give your right arm for?
Yes, with the new low-consumption petrol engine.
I phoned up the dealer just before you came in. It's ours, Jake.
What? You mean...
I mean, I bought it. For us.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, don't you start passing out.
But Tony, it must have cost you thousands.
Well, what's the good of having thousands if you don't use them? Jake, we're going for a holiday, you and I.
Great.
As soon as you get your school holidays next week, we're off on our new boat.
Tony, let me get this straight. My head's going round in circles.
Great scientific minds never go round in circles.
Oh, dry up. Look, first of all, where are we going?
Dad came from the West Coast, and that's where we're going. A tour of the Hebrides.
Oh.
Doing exactly what we want to do and taking our time about it.
Yes.
For you, no more quadratic equations, no bus to catch at 8:30 every morning. And for me, no lights on studio walls, no clocks ticking around to 0 hour. It'll be wonderful, Jake. Can't you imagine it?
Yes, but what about your contract?
I told you I've cancelled them, in the meantime, at any rate. 3 weeks today, I have my next recording session. Until then, the world is ours. We're going to live, Jake. At last, we're going to live. Hi, Jake. Grub up. Come and get it.
Right, Tony. What about the cello?
Oh, fix her as she goes, with the whole Atlantic to maneuver in.
Okay. Be with you in a second. What's the menu?
Your plates on the hatch cover. Cold ham and beans, brown bread and butter.
Good old Tony. Boy, am I hungry.
There's coffee to come.
You've certainly got your appetite back, Tony. You're looking a lot better, too.
Oh, I don't know when I felt better. This is the life, eh?
You bet. What's the time?
Oh, nearly 1 o'clock, I make it. Why?
I was just wondering, do you think we'll make Barrow before it gets dark?
Oh, should do. Calm sea, following wind. In any case, it's not dark until after 10 o'clock at this time of year.
I'm not so sure about the weather, Tony. That black ridge of cloud to the southwest. And the wind's gone round to the south. Against the sun.
Uh-huh. Pity if it's going to break now after the wonderful fortnight we've had. Anyway, I don't think a break will come all that suddenly. Not till we reach Castleby, at least.
Oh, well, why should we worry? Even though it does get stormy, we can have a bit of fun ashore.
That's the spirit. Here, have another slice of ham.
Oh, this is great. If it wasn't for that black cloud behind us, I'd be at peace with the world.
Oh, leave it to the Dame Clan Reynolds. She'll get us there. Now, when you're finished, what about popping down for the coffee? Right, Jake. Everything's battened down. I'll take the tiller.
Okay. It's getting worse. Every minute.
Only a couple of hours since we had our lunch, too. I never expected it to blow up like this.
Phew. It's a real kiss to the Dame Carnano. Talk about suffering. I hope the engine keeps going.
So do I. The only trouble about this boat is the open cockpit.
Where exactly are we?
Oh, I think we're still about 40 miles south of Barra.
What's our speed?
Oh, we were doing 10 knots. Now only about 3 or 4, I reckon.
Then we'll never reach Castle Bay before dark, will we?
Not on your... Hold on, Jake.
The Dame can take it, though.
I think so.
There's nowhere else, is there? I mean, no other island where we could find shelter.
There are islands south of Barra, about 10 miles northwest of where we are now. But as far as I know, they're uninhabited. We'd probably get wrecked if we
Here
were
comes
near them.
another! Phew, that's the worst yet.
You can say that again.
I hope those valuable tonsils of yours don't come to any harm.
They're well insured, or so I'm told. Jake, the engine stopped.
Gosh, I'm going to have a look at it.
Right, take care, though.
Don't worry. Probably that last wave. Once more trying.
I hope it's nothing worse. What's the verdict, Jake?
I'm not sure. Just a minute. There's a terrible smell of petrol.
Keep well down or you'll be
Okay,
washed
sir.
overboard. You all right, Jake?
I'm all right. But Tony, we've had it.
How do you mean we've had it?
There's no petrol left.
What? We filled the tank this morning in Tobermory.
The feed pipe's cracked. Must have been the storm. The petrol's all leaked away.
Oh, no.
What happens now?
We just drift before the wind and say our prayers, Jake.
No steerage way.
Not a sausage. But the dame's well built. She'll ride it out.
This is not so funny. I mean, we haven't even a radio to send out a distress signal.
Oh, wouldn't do much good anyway. Not till the storm passes. When it gets dark, we can send out flares. The way we're drifting, we should be near those islands by then.
I wonder what Dad would do.
Same as us, I expect. Just in Providence.
For nearly 4 hours, the Dame danced about like a cork, but she stayed afloat. Suddenly, as we crouched there beside the tiller, we saw an island, a low, flat island, with strange towers like trellis work.
Not a sign of a sheltered bay or anywhere to beach her.
Those rocks, Tony! We're drifting straight for them.
The dame wouldn't have much chance in there. Come on, get the anchor out.
Is it shallow enough?
Should be, with 5 fathoms of cable. Right, if we loose this butterfly nut, the cable should run... Oh, heck, it's jammed tight.
There's a hatchet here among the fire equipment.
Right, the very thing.
This should loosen it. Okay, have a go. She's coming, Tony.
Fine. That'll do. Stand by the anchor cable in case it fouls the rail.
Right.
I'll loosen the nut. Look out! Down, people!
She's holding, Tony.
Thank goodness, but will she keep on holding? The dame's dancing up and down like a bronco. Watch it! Every time she comes up, that cable tightens like a fiddle string. I've been wondering, Jake, what's on that island?
Search me. I noticed some curious-looking buildings as we came in, but you can't see them so well from here. It's getting dark, too.
Look over there. On those lights.
Where?
Beyond the cloud of spray. See, on the higher ground. I only saw them for a second.
I believe you're right. Then it is inhabited.
Could be. Jake, the anchor cable.
It's snapped. We're drifting again.
Where are the flares?
Under the life raft in a box. In here.
Right, let's try it. Remember, fire to leeward.
I hope somebody sees us. We'll be on the rocks in another 2 minutes.
I've loaded a red one. Stand clear, Jake.
Okay. Gosh, it makes the surf look like blood.
We'll try another.
If there's anyone on the island, they're bound to see that.
I know. Hold on, Jake. We're racing in on top of this wave.
Tony, we're going to drown.
Hold on, Jake.
Oh, look at those rocks. Oh, Tony, I'm scared. We're going to drown. We're going to drown.
We're wearing our life jackets. Give a chance. Hold on. She may hold together. Oh, no. She can't burn the rail. She's standing there.
What are Tony, where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Tony?
Stay quiet, Jake. Tony's gone out with Father to have a look at your boat.
But who are you? Where am I?
This is the island of Shuna, and I'm Bridie O'Neill. You've had a nasty crack in the head, and you're in bed in my father's cottage. You're quite safe. But tomorrow morning you'll be as white as rain. How's that for information?
But what happened? I mean,
You were shipwrecked, you and Tony. Don't you remember? An hour ago.
yes, I remember. The sea was as red as blood when Tony sent up the flares.
We spotted your flares. I ran across to tell them at the station, and we got down to the shore just in time to see your boat being flung high and dry on the rocks and Tony dragging you ashore. You struck your forehead on the side of the boat, I think. There's nothing serious, just a bad bruise.
Is Tony all right?
He's fine. He was fretting about you, so Father and Billy Hackett took him away to examine the boat. It's dark now, but Billy has a big inspection lamp.
Who's Billy Hackett?
Oh, Billy's a fitter at the station. One of the workers, you might call him, not one of the eggheads.
But what station? I can't understand all this.
Don't try. Not at the moment. Just be sensible and lie quiet. Would you like a drink?
Yes, please.
Well, here's some hot lemon I made. I'm quite a good nurse, you know.
Thanks.
That's better. Now, when the others come back, we'll have something to eat. Granny Stewart's frying some bacon in the kitchen.
Who on earth is Granny Stewart?
Oh, this was her cottage originally, before Father bought it. But when the scientists came, she refused to leave. So she just stays on along with us. She's a dear old soul, and a great help, but a wee bit eccentric, as you'll find out.
But what's going on? What's all this about?
Oh, here they come now. Now, that's it. Sit up and give Tony a surprise.
How is he, Bridie? Any better?
Oh, he's as right as rain. Nothing left but a headache, and as full of questions as a crime reporter.
Thank goodness, Jake. You scared me stiff passing out like that.
I'm okay, Tony. What about the boat?
It might be a lot worse. Billy Hackett says we can patch her up in a day or two.
Gosh, that's a relief. Thanks for pulling me out. Bridie told me.
Oh, forget it, Jake. Look, would you like to meet Mr. O'Neill and Billy Hackett? They carried you up to the cottage.
I'll tell them to come through. Then I'll help Granny Stewart get some supper ready.
Oh, thanks, Bridie.
Father, Billy, Jake would like to see you.
Mr. O'Neill's an author, by the way. He writes plays. And Billy Hackett's from the station. It seems we've stumbled on a government research establishment. Those trellis-work towers we saw, apparently they're launching gantries.
Gosh, rockets, you mean?
Maybe, but I'm not sure. If you ask me, Jake, there's something darn queer going on this island.
That was part one of Angus McVicker's adventure serial Satellite 7, produced in the Scottish studios of the BBC.